What's up, Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. And this week we have a little bit of everything. We've got Apple wireless earbuds and headphones, iPad 2020 rumors, and yes, there is always something about the iPhone. So let's just get into the show, and we start off with real news, not rumors. Apple just received FCC approval for wireless earphones with the model number A2015 that are described as Powerbeats wireless in the documentation. Now, these are likely the rumored Powerbeats 4 that were discovered in the iOS 13.3.1 beta by Mac Rumors. They bring a familiar Powerbeats Pro style, but with a connected cable between the earbuds while still connecting wirelessly to your device. You've seen these in the 3s and the 2s before then. Now, they're expecting to bring upgrades with the H1 chip like Hey Siri support, and then the ability for it to announce messages with Siri out loud to you, which for me is honestly low-key, just one of my favorite features on H1-enabled products that no one really talks about. Now, these could even be coming out in days based on timing of FCC filings and product releases in the past, unless Apple is holding onto them for a March event, which they might. Now, in other Apple wireless rumors, recently several products in Target's inventory system, or what the classy people like to call it, Target, appear to show a listing for a product called Apple AirPods X Generation and priced at $399 according to YouTuber John Prosser. Now, that's likely not the official name, but they could potentially be a placeholder for Apple's long-rumored over-the-ear wireless headphones. Some people call them Studio Pods, especially at that $399 price point. Now, Apple Insider reached out to Target employees and found when these placeholders show up in the system, generally the new products will show up within a month and then sometimes as soon as a week. Also found in Target system, an Apple iPod Touch X Generation for $399 with multiple SKUs. No one is buying an iPod Touch for $400 in 2020. Like, I really hope you're not, but what it could be is a placeholder SKU for the rumored iPhone 9? Like, maybe? I don't know. Also, there's another SKU for an Apple iPad 10.5-inch Wi-Fi only at $0, which could be a placeholder for maybe the new iPad Pro. Again, these aren't accurate names or specs, just placeholders. And John, he kind of just opened up the floodgates because after that, more employees, they went digging inside of Target systems, and then they sent their findings to 9to5Mac and revealed more placeholders for an Apple TV Gen X for $179 and then Apple Watch Series X band. So, of course, right? The timing is perfect if Apple has a March event or just does an online announcement, but if we just really lean into these findings and just play that guessing game, we could be seeing new Apple wireless headphones, the new iPhone 9 or SE2, whatever they call it, maybe a new iPad Pro, a new Apple TV 4K, and new Apple Watch bands in the next month, which would be a really solid March spring lineup for product releases. And then, if you're thirsty about AirPods, I know you are, a Digitimes report continues to push this idea that a new AirPods Pro Lite would be an entry-level version of the current AirPods Pro coming this year. Now, they say production would start at the end of the second quarter this year, partially due to the coronavirus outbreak in China. And the idea here is that the Lites would be a less expensive version of the AirPods Pro with the same design, the same sound quality, but no noise cancellation. So this is also a rumor right now, but it's gaining more and more momentum. But to me, this sounds just like a Tim Cook special for you, right? Just keep using those parts. We have to make cheaper versions of our flagship products with less features to make more money. Thank you, Tim. It's innovation. Now, we're still waiting for the new iPad Pro, but a new report could shake things up some. The information says that Apple has plans to release an iPad keyboard with a built-in trackpad this year, and they're currently prepping the keyboard for mass production. This would be a huge change, a big change, because you just don't add a trackpad without adding new software functionality and features. You just don't. Now, the report says it would be Apple's latest effort to position the tablet as an alternative to laptop computers. We've been asking for that for a while. The design will be made of similar materials to the current smart keyboards, and then Foxconn will be one of the main manufacturers. Now, we had seen earlier reports of Apple working on maybe a backlit smart keyboard, but there was no mention of the trackpad. But I thought about it. I think it's pretty easy to guess the name. I'm just going to throw something crazy out there. How about the Smart Keyboard Pro? Yeah, it probably took them days to figure that one out because I just did it in a few seconds. Now, at the recent shareholders meeting on campus, when asked about what's going on with iPadOS, because let's just say the evolution has been slow to say the least, Craig Federighi responded saying, "If you like what you've seen us do with iPad OS, stay tuned. We're going to keep working on it." Ugh, you mean like you're supposed to, Craig? Because there were not any signs of a confident Apple snark in that response. I mean, consider me intrigued either way. The iPad Pro is just one of my favorite devices that Apple has taken their merry time with over the years because people like me keep buying the latest one. All right, that's not all. Taiwan's Economic Daily News reports that Taiwan-based Innolux will supply Apple with mini LED panels for a brand new iPad Pro that will launch later this year. Ming-Chi Kuo had claimed earlier that Apple is planning to bring new mini LED displays to 4 to 6 new products over the next few years. Now, mini LED offers a lot of the benefits of OLED, including deep blacks, higher brightness and contrast ratio, but with even better power efficiency and a thinner display design, which results in thinner products. So when I heard this news, I might have just, peed myself a little, dreaming of this new 2020 12.9-inch iPad Pro with a new Smart Keyboard Pro and then new software features to take advantage of that TrackPad and just give it more versatility on top of what it already does. Like, I welcome all of that. Or none of it is happening. And it's just rumors. And if you want to see what a rumored 2020 iPad Pro case looks like, Ben Geskin posted one with the square cutout that matches what we've seen from the mock-up units. We're expecting the triple lens camera system on the rear of the iPad Pro, but the actual layout may be a little different because Apple, we still don't know if a time of flight sensor will officially be included with the new iPad Pro. Also, I know you want more rumors, so let's just jump over to the iPhone. Japanese blog Mako Takara says Apple's next iPhone may support the new 802.11ay Wi-Fi standard that quadruples the bandwidth of 802.11ad and then adds up to 4 streams of multiple transmission and reception. It's also been described as being used for ultra short range to connect devices within close proximity. They say it's still being drafted and the standard is expected to be finalized by the end of this year, but when I hear those details, just alone, ultra short range and multiple streams of data, come on, you know what I'm thinking? I'm instantly thinking Apple glasses or whatever AR, VR product Apple's working on at the moment. It's more likely that we won't see Apple glasses this year, but having devices equipped with it for the future, it just makes sense. Also, code in the latest iOS 13.4 beta suggests that Apple may be working on an over-the-air recovery feature designed for the iPad and iPhone, according to 9to5Mac. Now, there appears to be OS recovery references that would give you a way to restore everything from an iPhone to an iPad, Apple Watch even, without needing to connect a computer. Like, even the HomePod is one of those devices for the 5 people that own one. And yes, I'm one of those 5. Now, the new OS recovery is expected to let you restore a product over the air or even by connecting one device to another via USB connection. I actually dig this feature. I just hope I never have to use it. And now, this is kind of the fun part. We kind of come to these stories that I absolutely love this week. So check this out if you haven't already. MKBHD, he dropped his review of the Mac Pro that you should go and check out. But the best nugget from the entire video, the Mac Pro wheels, the $400 add-on to allow you to move it around more easily. Well, the wheels do not have any locks, which means it could just roll away on its own like it did in this clip that he posted. Yeah, the $400 wheels have no locks. Oh my goodness, that is great design, Apple. Great design. That's a bad Apple. Boo! That's just pathetic, but I understand it's hard to test something like this when it looks so good that you don't want it to even touch the ground to ever test it. But let's give credit to the Johnny Ive parody Twitter account that has already found a proper solution, the Wedge Pro. All right, Apple also published a white paper document that breaks down a lot of, nuances and details of the Mac Pro, things that we just didn't know about it, and the XDR display. That's just a deep dive we're checking out. At the moment, you have to order the Mac Pro with wheels from Apple, again, $400, but they said eventually that you'll be able to buy customer installable kits to add them yourselves, but brakes are not included. Like, that story alone almost made the week for me, but there is one more better. Rian Johnson, director of the super fun movie Knives Out and also recently The Last Jedi, was interviewed by Variety when he decided to tell them a little on-set secret. Apple lets you use iPhones in movies, but bad guys cannot have an iPhone in hand on camera. The level of control here is hilariously obsessive bad guys cannot have an iPhone on camera. And you know what? I guess that means I'm a good guy. That's good, Apple.
Yeah!
And this was a fan theory like way back. If you remember during the series 24 on Fox, it was a idea where Wired then published this fan theory that the good guys only used Macs and the bad guys used PCs. And it's been confirmed with this. So in case you didn't know, or you're wondering like, is Apple still a control freak? The answer is yes. And I think I'm just going to apply this thinking to real life now, just across the board. Well, actually, if you read the YouTube comment section, people already have a long time ago. So we will wrap it up there. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. That's important. And if you want more Apple goodness, you want to go in depth, check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast where we just get a deep dive into these stories and more. We also bring on special guests. And the podcast, all my work is independent. So I'd love for you to check out patreon.com/BrianTong to support what I'm doing if it's of value to you. So thank you so much for watching. Take care and be safe. And we will talk to you soon while I figure this out, right? Like, good guy? Bad guy? Good guy? Bad guy? Good guy? Mm-hmm. Good guy.